Okay, for ours we did a model of the siege tank from StarCraft 2, and initially we were going to model its transformation, but we had to change our sort of decision on that because we found out that it's actually not physically possible for it to do that. So we went with just having it roll along the ground and having the turret swivel as you moved it, and that was accomplished with a mechanism inside of it, sort of like a crank rocker, I guess you could say, made out of Legos, which I modeled in Pro E based on dimensions I found online. So the little mechanism in there, the little slot part that sits on the center axle there is made out of SLA. Everything else, mechanism-wise, is made from Legos, and they are the exact size and dimensions of the ones inside of the model, of the actual live model.
So for the actual model regarding tolerancing issues, when we first got it, we had all of our wheels are each halved, and what we did is that in order to put the wheels in the treads, we split the wheel in half, and when it came out of the machine, none of them fit together, and we had to sand all of them down because we had push fit with ribs and a slot fit. So none of those fit, and then the actual turret moves up and down. That didn't fit either. So we had to sand pretty much everything in order to get that to fit. Yeah. And we were rather disappointed with that, but it also turned out to be okay in the end.
One issue that we had was depending on the orientation of the holes for the axles, that would sort of dictate, as it laid in the SLA machine, that would dictate how easy it was to install it. So I guess in future classes, that's something to bear in mind when you how you orient parts will change tolerances in certain dimensions.
Do you do animation for it? So this is the turret swiveling when you push it across the ground.
To make our mechanism work, we have several pin connections. There's a slot, there's bevel gears. To make it swivel back and forth, we used a servo mechanism in Pro E to mimic the ground spinning the wheel.
So we want to go ahead and show
Push across.
It kind of has a strange quality to it due to the nature of the mechanism, so it has a fast return quality that you guys might have heard in 352. It moves faster in one direction than it does the other. That's because the lever ratio changes as the crank rope goes around and it speeds it up.
So, and the turret moved up and down. So.
Yep. The model itself on Pro E is fairly simple, but due to the decent complexity of fitting the wheels in halves and stuff, it was actually a fairly complicated assembly to get to work correctly, and required quite a bit of work to get it to put together in real life. So yeah. I think that's it. Any questions?
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's turn the lights up. Thank you very much.
Here, you do it. Yeah, I already played with it. He's got it down.
He's one with the bike.
Oh, this tire came off. Alright, maybe it'll work this time. There we go.
That's pretty sweet. You can do it, Lance.
Can you keep doing that for me?
Sure.
It's
really cool.
The chain was just popping.
Can you get his head to pop down? You keep doing it.
Keep doing
Yeah,
it?
just a little longer.
Okay.
Thank you.
We have lots and lots of grease. And in real life, you'd have a bin with like tens of thousands of.
So there's no way we have to part of this.
Yeah, we figured it was plastic and plastic, and she's
So we're
like
gonna
greasy and
break
work,
those.
so.
You can look down in there and you can see.
It's cool, man. Yeah, I watched the movie like 10 times.
Yeah, the movie.
I love it.
We wanted to incorporate a little bit more LEDs, but we just figured one would be okay for this movie.
Yeah, it's like the perfect location is to highlight the inside.
They just came back. Like the action is pretty good, really. I finally got it sanded down to get these wheels in because the wheels were like we measured one, but they're not all the same size, and the variance is kind of big. So you see, like this one is pretty clear, but it just kind of is what it is at this point. I really don't know what was up with this grid, though. That was really disappointing. Really? Because I mean, I got some similar sized cuts in these. They came out really nice. And these are actually bigger, and it has all of this business.
The thing is, they were like well spaced out, and in this
I
they were
suppose.
super.
So I was like so excited the way it looked on the model, and I was like, oh, it's really. Oh, when I started painting, I was like, you can see the inside mechanism right there.
Yeah.
I like how we got the base plate to put on there too.
Not too much of a problem. We more had problems with the turret sanding that little slot.
That was kind of disappointing.
How long did that take you guys?
Well, I had to stand the middle part for a while, so.